Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is a VP of production for Sony Pictures. He's the man behind the hit movies such as Karate Kid, Jumpin' the Broom, Sparko, and the new movie based on a true story, Heaven is for Real. And he's here today to talk about the brand new movie in theaters right now. Help me welcome back to the show, Mr. Devon Franklin. How you doing, Devon?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me back.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. And I watched you this past weekend. I was streaming Bishop T.D. Jakes, so I saw you on there, too, this past weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was cool to, kind of helicopter in real quick via Skype to the service. I had a good time.
And you guys were talking about the movie Heaven is for Real. Now, I got a chance to see the movie. I went down to the press junket, and that movie blessed me so much. And I want to say thank you so much for bringing that story to the big screen.
Oh, you are more than welcome. I'm just so glad to hear that. I've been, getting reports, and we screened the movie quite a bit before it came out, and people loved it. But also, I've just been getting reports from all around the country of people who are seeing the film and how much it's impacting them and affecting them. So I'm so glad to hear that it's affected you as well.
And, and as you already know, because I'm sure, I want to say congratulations because the movie hit #1, beating out Captain America and Rio on the opening night on Wednesday. So congratulations.
Thank you. Now we're praying for a blockbuster weekend, now going into Easter weekend, today being Good Friday. So we're just excited that we got out of the gate strong, and it was clear, God is in the process, and we're just praying all weekend.
Now, first, tell us about the film. For those who may not have even heard of the film, they should have by now. And why did you feel it was so important to make this film?
Yeah, the movie is based upon the true story of Colton Burpo, who at the age of 4 had a near-death experience, and he, his appendix ruptured. Everyone thought he was going to die. The town that he's from, which is called Imperial, Nebraska, everyone in the town started praying. He made a miraculous recovery. Now, what's interesting is that many people thought the story was over there, right? But his father, who's a pastor, they were, one day driving past the hospital months after the surgery, and Colton mentioned that the hospital is where the angels sang to him. And his mom and dad said, "What do you mean angels sang to you?" And he said, "Yeah, during the surgery, I, came up out of my body, and I could see Mom in one room, and Dad, you were in the other room yelling at God." And it totally just blew his parents away. Like, how could he have known that? Because what he said was true. Mm-hmm. It was absolutely true. And so the story is about his revelation of heaven and meeting Jesus and all that he saw there, and how it challenges his father's faith and his mother's faith. And ultimately, they come to a position where they believe him, and they decided they're going to help him tell his story. And then a couple years ago, they wrote a book which came out and has already, sold, I think, close to 10 million copies and been translated into 35 languages around the world. And for me, when I read the book, I just thought it was so important to tell. I mean, it's amazing how, incredible the story is, and there's such a mystery there. But what I got from the book was just hope and peace, and that, God is real, God loves us, he has a plan for us. And if we can really get in our spirit that heaven truly is for real, I do think it can alleviate a little bit more of the anxiety that we face on a day-to-day basis. And I did really feel that bringing the movie to the screen would help bring more inspiration, more faith to the box office, which I feel like, when it comes to, movies of faith or inspirational films, they're just too few and far between. So I really wanted to do, what I could do to help change that in the culture by bringing a movie like this that I really feel could bring tremendous hope.
The one thing I like about it, Randall Wallace did a great job in not just trying to sensationalize it, Heaven. He really made a movie through the eyes of a little boy.
That's right.
And that's what I saw.
It was so important.
Right, and that's what I saw. It wasn't, trying to make heaven this big, glorious place, but it was through Colton's story. And this was his story. This is what he experienced, and that's what we as moviegoers got a chance to see, this little boy's experience.
That's right. And that was so important. I think Randall did an incredible job with the movie because he also, made it balanced. It's not like he went into it, trying to treat the movie like a sermon. Mm-hmm. He didn't do that, which I'm so thankful he didn't. I'm glad that the way that he did it was you could go in there, no matter your faith, no matter your religion, and really enjoy the movie because he wraps you in the drama of the moment. which is, here's a father who is trying to grapple with what his son is saying when he should be the first one, you would think, to believe what his son has said. So.
And I mentioned that to Todd when I interviewed him. As a pastor, our hope is heaven. That's our hope. And I wanted to know, why was it so hard for you to believe that your son had this experience when that is what preachers and those who are believers believe, which is heaven? But like he said in my interview, that at that moment he wasn't there yet. And so I was really surprised. So he gave a wonderful answer. I have that video up on YouTube as well. But for you, why is it important that Christian families, movie lovers, and why should everyone support this film and other faith-based films?
I think that it's important to support this film because, first of all, it's a good movie. We made tremendous effort to make sure that the quality of this film was greater than the quality of, a wide majority of the faith-based film that gets released. Now, that's not a knock to those films that happen, but what happens is because the faith-based genre in Hollywood has still been, very, very at the early stages, I would say, a lot of the films are made independently, so they do their best with the resources they have to make the quality of film available to them. So I really support the fact that they've done that. And our goal was, how can we take this up a notch? Randall Wallace, he wrote Braveheart, he directed Man with the Iron Mask, and When We Were Soldiers, and Secretariat. He also, was the one that did Pearl Harbor. The director of photography, Dean Simler, he's won 2 Academy Awards. One of the producers, Joe Roth, is one of the biggest producers in Hollywood. He did the Alice in Wonderland movie, which grossed over $1 billion. This is T.D. Jakes, another producer on the film, who's, biggest pastor in the world. It was so important to make sure the quality was there. So the reason why you should go see it is, one, you're going to see a film that is going to blow you away. I mean, the images, the storytelling, the acting is fantastic. I mean, we've got Greg Kinnear, who's been nominated for an Academy Award. You have Kelly Riley, who's starred opposite Denzel in Flight. You have Thomas Hayden Church, who's also nominated for the Academy Award, and Margot Martindale, who's won an Emmy. We went through great lengths to make sure that we put together a high-quality production, which I think people are going to love. The second reason is that not only will it inspire you and affirm your faith, but when you go out to vote at the box office, you absolutely then allow more films like this to be made. The more people out there that are listening to this broadcast, the more you decide for Easter weekend and even after Easter, we're going to take our family to see this film. And it's a type of film that you can take your grandmother all the way down to your youngest child. You can take the whole family to it. And when you go, you are saying, this is what we want more of. The reason why there's so many superhero movies that bombard the box office, because everyone keeps voting. This is what we want more of. When those movies come out, they open to, sometimes they open to close to $100 million on a weekend. Why? Because the general public is voting. This is what we want more of. And you better believe that that's exactly what Hollywood is making. So the more that anyone who's listening to this broadcast goes out and says, hey, we're going to support this film. And here's the thing, if the movie wasn't good, I wouldn't be asking for your support. Because at the end of the day, when you go to the box office, you want to find a film that is going to also entertain you. And I can tell you this film is entertaining as much as it is inspirational. So when you go and you enjoy it, you will then also have let Hollywood know that this is what you want more of. And the more people that do that, the more of these films will get made.
And you are so right. And you just said earlier, you named off everyone in the film, but you left off the cutest little boy I've seen on the big screen. And I don't know how long. Connor Crumb, that little boy stole my little heart. He need to give it back because he is so cute. How did you all find him?
It was all through, it was an open casting call. And we found him out of Cleveland, Ohio. First-time actor, never acted before, and that kid steals the show. Absolutely amazing, and I'm just so thrilled that we found him and that now the world can discover him.
And I hope he continues to do movies, but he has such a pure heart. Audience, if you don't believe me, make sure you go check it out. Go tonight. You're going to see the cutest little boy, but go and receive this wonderful story of heaven and know that Jesus is real, because heaven is for real. And before we go, you were recently honored with the Trumpet Award. So tell us about the award you received, because it's going to be airing on TV One. I don't want to forget that. TV One on Easter Sunday. So tell us about the award you received.
Oh yeah, I was just so honored, that the Trumpet Foundation would think enough of me to give me the Media and Film Award, and truly an honor, truly humbling, and it was a blessing, from such a prestigious organization to be recognized in such a way. And we had a phenomenal time at the award show, and I mean, there's so just to be in the class of other honorees was incredibly amazing and humbling. And I just feel like I kind of accepted the award as a down payment on hopefully what I might do, because I certainly don't feel like I've done enough yet, but praying that I'm on my way. So I'm just incredibly grateful to the Trumpet Foundation, and really excited to get the award, and really excited for everyone to watch, the telecast, the award show. It's really, really great and very, very fun and entertaining and heartwarming.
And lastly, what other projects are you working on, and will we see a Jumping the Broom 2 before you go?
Jumping the Broom too. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll see. We haven't found the right idea.
Okay.
And that's kind of what has been holding me back. Is like I need an idea. What's a good idea for the sequel? So, we've been talking about it. Never say never. And then working also on the upcoming remake of Annie, which will be out for Christmas, and that movie's really, really good. And then I also have an episode of a new show that is airing on the OWN network called The Help Desk, which is produced by Deepak Chopra and his son Gotham Chopra. And my episode of The Help Desk will air on the OWN network in June.
Awesome. Well, Devon, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. And tell my girl Megan I said hello. It's been a minute since we talked, so tell her I said hi.
I will. I absolutely will. You have my word on that.
And I want to remind the audiences to make sure you go and see Heaven is for Real in a theater near you. Go tonight. Take your family just in time for Easter. Again, Devon, it's a pleasure, and I look forward to having you back so we can talk about Annie.
Yes, I can't wait.
And you have a great day. Thank you so much, Devon.
You too. God bless you.